You might think, well, nothing. I see the same menus, I see the same toolbar that I did in previous versions, and I see Outlook today. That's nothing new. I still have the ability to see my calendar and tasks and messages all in one place with previous versions. So what's the big deal? Well, the big deal comes into play, becomes much more clear once you actually start to use Outlook 2007, and I really think you'll like all of the changes that have been made. So for example, the promise of Outlook today was to put a lot of information that Outlook stores in one place: calendar, tasks, and messages. The problem was that as I clicked on the inbox, that information went away, and I'll show you what I'm talking about as I click now. Now that I'm dealing with the inbox, I don't have that information at my fingertips. I don't have my tasks. I don't have my calendar like I did in Outlook today. But now you do. You have, if you look to the right here, you have this to-do bar, which is a new feature that's introduced with Outlook 2007. This places your tasks, and it places your next 3 appointments and your calendar information right at your fingertips, even though you're dealing with your inbox. And you can certainly drag and drop, as we'll see in other modules, and create items, either tasks or appointments, without ever leaving your inbox. So it's a very, very nice feature. Now you may be saying this takes up a lot of desktop real estate, and certainly at this resolution, 800 by 600, it does, but probably on your computer it's not quite as big of an issue. But you can always minimize it, and you still get some visibility into what's coming up in your day. Or by clicking the X, you can make it go away altogether. You can bring it back, by the way, by clicking on the View menu using the To-Do bar menu item, and then clicking on either Normal or Minimize. So that's a new thing. Another new thing, this Search Inbox feature, which is just the handiest thing, because it not only helps you find mail that is from a certain person or with a certain word in the subject, but it also will search the body of your email as well. So when you're looking for that specific needle in the haystack that is your inbox, you can use the search to help you quickly find that particular email that may have been sent 4 months ago, 4 weeks ago, 6 weeks ago, 6 months ago, and so on and so on. Another thing that I think you're really going to like is the difference now between flagging something for follow-up and setting a due date of tomorrow or today or whatever. There it is, and I'll dismiss this. And you can set a category: analysis, blue category, customer visit, and so on. So this now helps me distinguish between flagging something for follow-up and assigning it to a category, which was not something that was available in previous versions. You could flag something for follow-up and assign a different color flag, but again, those two abilities did not really complement each other the way they do now. Another new feature, RSS feeds. You can view RSS feeds that you subscribe to, even in Internet Explorer. They can all be put into a folder in your Outlook application, and they can be viewed pretty much the same as any other email that comes into your inbox. So that's another feature that we'll explore later on. And finally, what I want to make you aware of as we take this tour of new features, this very brief tour of new features, just some of the major new ones that I want to point out, is something called the attachment preview. If you got an attachment, and I'm going to minimize this to show you this. If you got an attachment in previous versions of Outlook, you had to click and open up the attachment to see what that attachment contained. Well, now you can deal with your attachments, certainly to some degree, and certainly to, in a lot of cases, all the degree you need to, which is you just need to look at them. You can deal with that without ever leaving your inbox. So if I look at this message and I see that a PowerPoint presentation has been attached, I can click on it and then preview the file. I can uncheck that. I won't ever see that option again. I'll just preview automatically, but boom, it'll start the PowerPoint previewer, and without ever leaving the message, as you can see, I can review a PowerPoint presentation or an Excel spreadsheet or a Word document that's attached. So very handy, and just one of the ways that all the Office applications in the 2007 suite complement one another. And go back to the message, by the way, by clicking on the message button. So those are some of the new features. Of course, we'll get into many of these in much greater detail and depth, and I'll talk about configuration and manipulation of these tools as we go throughout the tutorial. So stay tuned. You're going to see a lot of new features. You're going to deal with these in more detail, and you're going to be able to use this product very, very effectively.